Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your host Sonny Coleman, and today I'm going to do the unboxing of the Motorola G Stylus 5G 2023 version. This one was picked up from Metro PCS, and therefore there may be some slight differences if you got it from somewhere else, but for the most part they should all be pretty well the same. Now with Metro, they have deals periodically where you can get the phone for free if you pay for a month of service. That's what this was. So all I had to do is pay $40 for it. And it is locked to Metro, but they automatically unlock after 6 months. You do not have to have service the full 6 months. You can just activate the plan that you purchased it with, put the SIM card in it, and then after that month's over, you can actually disconnect service, and 5 months later after that, it should be available to unlock. But I did this with the 2022 model. They did unlock just fine for me. Pretty simple, really. So if anybody's looking for a good deal on a phone, I definitely recommend looking at that as an option. Sometimes you can find better deals than that, but this is a pretty solid deal. So inside the box, you have the phone, you have the SIM card, which if you don't activate it immediately, Metro will automatically activate the SIM card after 14 days. And then they give you a return shipping label in case you need to return the phone for some reason. So let's get to opening the box. Now, all that's inside the box is the phone itself. You get the USB-C cable. There is no charging brick inside this one, whereas there was for the 2022 version. A lot of phone manufacturers are starting to do this, so don't just assume you'll have one. You'll also have the instructions, which also has a SIM card removal tool for the tray. And that's pretty much all that's in there. So nothing fantastic or wow factor as far as what you get accessory wise or anything like that. But I will show you this phone next to the 2022 version because there is a size difference and they do not look the same. I know some people have preferences on them as far as like how smooth they are or how much grip. I'm one of those people that I like grip on the phone, and unfortunately a lot of the Motorola's don't have a lot of grip to it. So phone on the left is the 2023 model. Phone on the right is the 2022 model. As you can see, the 2022 model is slightly bigger, not by a large scale, but slightly bigger than the 2023 model. If you look at the back, the lenses are a little different. You got the 2 versus the 3. The sheen to it is different. The 2022 is a lot more reflective. The 2023 version is more matte. I honestly like the look of the 2023 better than the 2022. As far as what's underneath, they look about the same. You have your stylus, USB-C for charging, and your headphone jack, and there's your mic. But not a whole lot of difference there. You still have the tray on the side, the puncture hole for pushing it out is on the opposite side there, but again, that shouldn't really be a factor for anybody. The buttons on the side are still the same general design, so if you're to have both and look at them and say, which one do I like better, it's really going to come down to whether you or not you think that little bitty portion of screen difference is worth it and how well you like it. Now, Even though the 2023 version is a matte coloration, they're both completely slick. There is no grip or grit to it to help you hold on. So, getting that out there and in the clear, let me see if it shipped with much power. It does have some power, so luckily we can boot it up. Hello, Moto. Alright, so it's the standard setup screen. Choose your language and then hit start. He wants to download your sim. No, I don't want to download a sim yet, so we'll just hit next and it'll probably say we failed. Now it's going to go to the Wi-Fi. I'll need to connect to one of the multitude of Wi-Fis here, so let's choose this one. Alright, so getting the phone ready. Usually you would want to go ahead and already have your SIM card in, but in my case I didn't want it in there just yet. I wanted to go through it as if there was no SIM card. As you can see up here, the battery is almost dead, but these are the Motorola options. I don't want them to collect a bunch of data on me. Don't need enhanced support. I do like the smart updates, so I leave that on there. And then I continue. And while that's doing it, I'll go ahead and unwrap the USB-C cable. I do have a laptop next to me that I can use to plug in the phone just to make sure I have enough battery time here. Alright, so network provider gave you a QR code. This is basically just for your SIM card. I don't want to do that. It may force me. Just checking the network again. If it does, I can quickly just put in the SIM card. Yeah, looks like I'm going to have to. So, get our removal tool here. My SIM card is already activated, so we won't have to go online and worry about any of that jazz. Let's poke out the smallest here. Just pop it right in there, and you see it pop up. Take that out. Okay. The first slot here is for a micro SD card, and this is for your SIM card. The numbers and logo on it go on top. And just slide that right in there. It may take a moment for it to detect, but that's okay. While it's trying to get the phone ready, it should initialize. As you can see, the icon at the top here changed to being filled in, and it moved on. So I don't want to copy any apps or data from another phone because I'm not actually transitioning, so I'm going to hit don't copy. That process is the same for pretty much every modern phone these days with Android, and it's pretty easy to transfer most of your data over. Unfortunately, a lot of your app data doesn't go, like your video games. If they're not saved in the web or in the cloud somewhere, you're pretty much out of luck for saving them. But let me go ahead and add one of my multitude of email accounts. Now it's asking who'll be using it. Basically, I will. You have an option for like a child using it, so you can set it up as a child account for security, but don't need to do that. So I agree to their terms. Getting account info. Again, this is pretty standard for setting up almost every Android phone these days. So yes, I want Google to back everything up, install and update. Setting a pin isn't necessary right now. I will skip. It's less of a headache. Now here, you want to pay attention. It's asking you, do you want basically the Google applications that some people consider bloat. Some of them want them on there. I don't mind them being on there. But down below is the ones you got to pay attention to, especially because those are the ones Motorola is trying to bloat into your phone. So I uncheck those because I really don't want that added to it. So less bloat the better. Continue setup, yes. I don't want to set up the Google Assistant. I don't want to set up Google Pay. And stay in touch. No, do not stay in touch. I don't want you to subscribe me to anything. Thank you very much, Motorola. I'm glad you at least asked my permission. So there you go. Now it's in there. Carrier access is wanting to go. Maybe later on that stuff. Play Store, I always try to update all the applications immediately. Just because things tend to work a little bit better when you do. So here's how many apps are already out of date by the time you get it, or at least for me. And so it's going to try and pull the Motorola stuff first and then go through the others. But that is the mass majority of setting up your new phone. The rest of it is just you pulling down the apps that you want and logging in. The camera, it has high specs on paper. You will find that most like Google Pixel phones or even a lot of iPhones have a better camera with lesser tech specs as far as like megapixel and such goes. But the camera does work pretty well. It's not a bad camera. The stylus, it's pretty much the same as the 22 version. Nothing fantastic or wowing about it. You can just pop it loose down below. It automatically brings up the stylus application there for you to write with, but you can easily just navigate with it if that's what you want to do. So yeah, pretty straightforward. It's a decent phone. I let my kids have the 2022 versions. They play video games on them. They work quite well for that. As far as the cost, I got it at the right price. These phones are definitely worth the money of paying just the $40 monthly fee to get one like I did through Metro. They are well worth the time to wait to unlock them as well, so you can actually use them as Wi-Fi devices for the extra 5 months if you really want to. But yeah, they're great little phones. I recommend them. People do ask me what the megapixel is. It says 50 megapixel, but we all know that when it comes to cameras that it's not just the megapixel that matters. It's like shutter speed and quality of lens and a bunch of other things. So I give it a thumbs up. I like the phone. I have another one that's already been activated and has been using it. So they give you the $40 unlimited plan. Pretty much covers most people's needs. So I recommend it. Metro is on the T-Mobile towers for those who aren't familiar with them. So if T-Mobile has good reception in your area, you should enjoy this phone. But that's all I got for you. If you got any questions, as always, put them down in the comment section down below. Hit the like button and subscribe. And if you don't mind, also hit that bell button so you get notifications when I drop more content. So until the next time, have a good one.